Okay, this is Blackstar and Narcogen, and we just wanted to give a big shout out to the Cub Scouts that visited WCTV in Wilmington Community Television this past week. Both Monday and Wednesday's group was fantastic, and we want to thank everyone that came by. We hope everyone had fun, and hopefully we'll be showing you some episodes on the channel of our very podcast very soon on a new gaming show that's going to be coming out, so stay tuned for that in the coming weeks. I would like to thank all the people who participated, and also thank Don and Steven that helped out with the groups. They really did a great job, and we hope to see you guys soon. Thanks again.
So what were you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Nothing. What would I possibly be doing? Hey, you want to pet him?
Be careful with him, huh?
He misses you.
Well, at least he has more hit points than the chicken.
Well, yes, this is true.
Okay, we'll put him back.
Okay, I'll put Ubu
And make
back.
sure you get him to sit so he doesn't wander off.
Okay, sit, Ubu, sit.
Because he'll try to follow us. Okay, good.
Good dog.
That's weird. It puts him back into the sitting. All right.
Hmm.
So anyway, guys, welcome back to Build the Marathon with Blackstar and Narcogen.
Hey.
We're here at our new base.
Yes, isn't it pretty, everybody? Check this stuff out. Narcogen has been so busy. We got windows, and we got the rockets with scaffolding. We got Ubu and his little doghouse over here on the left. And when you go inside, we've even got red carpet that leads into the museum with all the fun stuff that we have acquired over our entire adventure, both here and on the moon.
All right, and actually,
dirt,
if you come out here,
moon rock, because that's pretty much all you got on the moon. And all the armors from all the dungeons and travel we've been doing. And yeah, come out of the side here.
And out here, is this, okay, good. I've got a water pump. So this is the same pump we've been using for lava and oil. But this one is pumping water.
Yes.
And I think it's working pretty well because it looks like the water is not being used up. Which is good.
No, I don't think we're draining more than what's actually being
it's
acquired.
not connected to anything now, but when we have it connected, there's a machine that will be consuming it. Because right now, what we don't have is we don't have any machines running. So we've got all the stuff. We've got a bunch of new machines built, but they're not deployed yet. And one of them is going to need some water. So that's why I built that. So that pipe goes down over by the emergency exit and comes in and around to the main workshop floor. You want to close the door.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could.
Okay, so on the main workshop floor, that pipe comes in right here, and I've got universal cable all poking up through the floor here for all of the new machines. Now, we were talking before about how Mekanism can be used to double, triple, or even quadruple or quintuple the amount of metal that you get out of ores. It can also,
big word.
It can also double it, but we were using IndustrialCraft and BuildCraft machines for doing that, so there wasn't any reason to go to that. We should basically move up to the tripling. And the first machine required for the tripling needs a supply of oxygen, and I tested it, and it doesn't work with the GalactiCraft oxygen compressors. It basically doesn't consider that the same. They don't work together to use the same oxygen. So what we need is a machine that's called... Let's see, all this stuff in here that I've built. Where is it? It's... It's hard to find it in all here. No, that's not it. That's the crusher. Okay, here it is. It's called the electrolytic separator. And it needs power and water, so it's going in this first spot right here.
Ooh.
And I should be able to rotate it with a wrench, I think. Yeah, so you can see the front of it.
Yeah, well, the inputs and outputs go correct if they're vertical?
Yeah. Basically, what this machine does is it takes water and breaks it down into hydrogen and oxygen. And it can store either in a tank, or it can output it through a Mekanism pipe. Mekanism has its own pressurized tubes for gases and mechanical pipes for liquids and logistical tubes for sorting items. So this is the first step, which is getting this powered and making oxygen. And it's also making hydrogen. I've made a gas tank for hydrogen. Later on, we can build a hydrogen generator that will turn the hydrogen into electricity. We can maybe use that for the moon or the Mars bases when it's dark. Okay.
Yeah, I was wondering whether we could do that with the water to get oxygen, because there are a bunch of different moon villages that have water supplies.
Okay, so then there are some more machines, and I think the next one, basically there's the purification chamber, the enrichment chamber, the crusher. Where is it?
Is it there, Wesley?
Where is it? Everything's got osmium compressor. They've all gotten mixed up here in this chest now. So I can't find anything. No. Energized smelter. Those are no. Enrichment chamber. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, so I think I'm gonna put that here. Basically, because what I did was that the second row near the wall will be kind of like secondary machines for when you got something to route in two directions. But you really kind of want to have things up off the floor and with a square around it so that you can connect things in more than one direction.
Yeah, this is very clever. I like how flexible this all is, because it's suspended. Now you've got all access points and available areas to send things in and out of whatever device.
Right.
There,
so
that's great.
This is the enrichment chamber, and you'll also notice if you right click on these, the slots it has all have colors on them.
Yeah, the red and the green and the arrows and the blues.
There's another tool that you can make that's called a configurator.
Ooh, yeah, you click on that, and yeah, you've got input off, output, slots, and automatic, or what is that? Strict input.
Yeah. We're not going to be dealing with the strict input. We're only going to be dealing with output routing because our system is simple. Basically, with a configurator, you make it with one of the energy tablets, which is gold, redstone, and alloy, like we were making for all of the Mekanism energy cubes. And then
yes, I remember. 2
more enriched alloy, a stick, and a lapis piece. And what you get is a tool that when you right-click on a machine, tells you the color and shows you the color of that face. I don't know if you can see this as I'm doing it. Probably is only on my screen. But what this is showing me is that the right-hand side of this is configured as blue and the left side is configured as red. It's similar to what you can see when you look in here and click the configuration, and you can see all of the colors. The eject, which you turn on with the A button, auto eject on or off, basically says whenever you're done processing what you're processing, try to find a place to put it into a pipe. So either you want to take it out manually or you want it to do that by itself. So you can color all the sides and you can configure them for output or input. So basically, instead of like with BuildCraft where you have to use diamond pipes for sorting and iron pipes to force things to go in one direction, with Mekanism you can actually build like a bus pipe, like a single long pipe that covers a room, and then you handle the routing of objects by using the colors. Basically, with this right-hand side blue, everything that comes out of this face will be coded as blue, and it will look for an input. If you've got the strict input on, it will look to find something else as blue. We're not using strict input, which basically means that all you have to worry about is that they should not be the same. So in other words, this blue will go anywhere except to a blue as long as an object is not set for strict input. All right, so the first thing
did everybody get that? There's going to be a test on Tuesday.
Yeah, so the first thing we need to do is we need to, I think this is the one that takes flint or not? Purification chamber. Okay, so now notice this pipe is there, but it's not connecting, which means I have to make sure. Now, if you look at the hydrolytic separator, right, it's got H and it's got O. So what I want to do is I want to rotate this around until the O is connected to that side, and it actually showed me that. And now it's connected. And then I need to set either with the configurator or in the interface, I need to set it so that that face is the right color to route the oxygen into the slot it needs to be in. No, none of these have connected. I think I've got the wrong machine. Hold on a second while I Google this. Oh, okay, yes, I've got the wrong machine. So, yeah, forget all that. Well, you know what? I mean, this names start to get arbitrary.
It looks so pretty in the box.
Like with the macerator, we're like, okay, that's a real thing. I know what it does. It grinds stuff, no problem. And then it's like, okay, there's an enrichment chamber and a purification chamber, and it's like, well, what do those do? You know, I mean, I'm not really sure.
Here, Dave, look at me.
What?
What we really need is an oscillation overthruster.
Okay, so now this goes here instead of this thing. So the first bit, yep, notice there, now it connects immediately. All of them. So I can
now what does
undo
this
several
thing
of
do?
these.
Yeah, what does this thing do?
This thing takes in the oxygen, and basically it does the first step in the ore processing.
Okay, well, what is this one called? Because we were describing the other.
This one is called the purification chamber. So
so we want the purification chamber.
Yeah, the first one is the electrolytic separator, and that takes water and turns it into oxygen and hydrogen. And then this one is the purification chamber. Yeah, next one should be the crusher, I think. And then what you do is we want the special mechanism pipes, which are called logistical transporters.
Do we have any signs?
There may be some signs left over in the tools and objects.
Yeah.
The last one.
Tools and onion.
Okay, so this one has a blue output face, and this one has a red input face. And since we're not using strict outputting, that should work. And if I tell this machine to the purification chamber to auto-eject, which is on, then anything that gets put in here once it's run through should go immediately to here. Then, after that comes the other machine, right, which is the enrichment chamber, and it should be able to set up that the same way, red to blue, with another pipe. And then after that, and basically all these machines are made with kind of the same sets of parts. If you look at them, it's usually the enriched alloy, a steel casing, which is kind of like Mekanism's version of the machine casing from IndustrialCraft. It's made of 1 osmium ingot and 4 steel ingots, and we're making all these machines because we're almost out of steel.
Oh yeah, we don't want to lose
and
that.
control circuits. And control circuits are really easy to make. They're just, again, enriched alloy and redstone. So basically it's a lot of iron, a lot of redstone, and some steel. Those are the major ingredients in just about all of those machines. Okay, so the next one after that, we're actually going to have multiples of, and that's the smelters. They're basically like versions of the furnace or the IndustrialCraft electric furnace. And I'll do the same thing. Check the inputs. Yep, blue and red. That should go. Put a pipe there. And I've got one more space for a wire, but I don't have any more machines. So at the moment, I think what I'll do is I will just put down. I'll just put down a chest and tell it to collect everything that comes out of that side. So I'll put down a chest right here, and 2 of these pipes. Okay. The Wesley Crusher, the purification chamber. Yeah. So this one is the enrichment chamber.
Yep.
Okay, so these are all powered. This one should be getting. Okay, this one does not list that it's getting oxygen, even though the pipe is connected. So it means I've probably got I probably had it configured correctly, and now it's configured wrong.
Oops.
So I need to make it so that the back is, I think, the same color. So it's either the red or the orange. Well, I tell you what. Let's just get some ore first. We'll start off with some basic iron ore, and we'll see if this thing does anything at all. Oh, it's running. Okay, so I guess it is. Okay, I guess there's a little meter here that is that shows the pipe input. And I guess it's. Oh.
Oh wow! Look at that.
Okay, so I've put in a pile of iron ore into the purification chamber, and what it should make, I think, is called clumps. It should make 3 clumps for every ore. And then if you watch this pipe here, it should actually send them into the next machine, and the next machine starts running. It's got iron clumps, and it should be making them into dirty dust.
That sounds very impressive.
And then the dirty dust should go into the enrichment chamber, where it should be cleaned. It should come from dirty iron dust to just regular iron dust. And then it should go out to the last machine, the smelter, which should burn the dust and turn it into ingots, which go here. but we also need a production line for turning iron into steel. Now, before we were doing that at this two-step process. You have to take coal and iron and put it in a metallurgic infuser, and then what you get out of that is you get enriched iron. And then you put enriched iron into the metallurgic infuser again with some coal, and then out of that you get steel dust, which you then smelt. So what I want to do in this case is I've actually built 2 metallurgic infusers so that we don't have to switch between them. So I'm gonna dig another set of holes here. Hello.
Oh, there's a cable down there. Those are clear.
Yeah, I think I'll have to go down and add some more cables, which is fine. I have plenty of cable.
Here, here, watch this.
Huh?
Oh, you missed it. I wanted to see you fall in the hole. Beat you. Yeah, this one makes kind of a weird zigzag.
Okay, so we're going to need two metallurgic infusers and a smelter, so 3 is enough there. Now it's the first infuser, and then I put down the second one, and the last one will be the smelter, which is where, there we go, there's another smelter. That goes here. Okay, and the same thing. Now that these ones seem to be a little bit simpler with their configurations, but they still basically work the same way.
Okay, that's infuser 1. Oh, why is that sign sideways?
Okay, it's dark blue, dark red. Okay, so that's fine. I should be able to connect those and those. Okay, so now what these first 2 need is coal. So I'm going to grab some stacks of coal from over here. I've also cleaned up some of the storage in here by compressing the redstone and coal and stuff into blocks. So we're not quite so cramped for some storage space.
Very nice. Okay, what's after infuser 2? What's this last one?
Oh, that's the end. That will come out again into a chest.
No, I mean this machine.
Oh, this one is another smelter. Energized smelter. Okay, so this gets loaded with coal, and this gets loaded with coal. Okay, and that's taken a whole stack, and now I'll give it another whole stack, and that whole stack loads. This basically will hold 2 whole stacks, one in its bar and another one in the input slot. Now, theoretically, I think we should be able to eventually pipe the coal in automatically if we have a source of coal. So if we hook up a quarry, the idea would be is that we can have the quarry output filtered so that like coal comes directly to this machine and iron ore goes directly to that machine. And then the idea would be to figure out a split so that like half the iron that comes in here stays in the chest and half of it goes directly here to become steel.
So we can have both the original material as well as the finished product at the end.
If you do it with BuildCraft pipes, it's really easy to do because all you have to do if you want, say, a 50-50 split is just to make a branch because it automatically splits 50-50 at random anyway. All right, so now I've got 34 iron here. I'll just take half of that. So we'll take 18 ingots and put it into the infuser. And then that one should start running. And before, what you had to do is you had to run the steel through and then take out the enriched iron and then wait till it was done processing the whole stack and then put the enriched iron back in through the infuser. But now that you have 2 of them, both filled with coal, it comes out directly to the steel dust, and the steel dust goes into the smelter, and the smelter makes steel ingots, which should come out.
Wow. Nice. Okay, so these should be steel ingots.
Yep, those are steel. So basically, this production line makes iron, and this one makes steel. And eventually what we'll do is we'll automate some link between the two so that some portion of our iron automatically gets made into steel. Now let's see. What else can we do here? For our IndustrialCraft machines, we had these overclock upgrades that increased the speed of the machines. And Mekanism also has something like that. Let me see if I can find one. I think I may have used them all already. In fact, if you click on some of these machines, you'll notice, where is it? Some of them I think I upgraded already. Yeah, okay, like the enrichment chamber already has a speed upgrade. You can see in the right-hand side of the interface where it says S2E1. That means it's running at 200% speed. I thought I had another upgrade, though. If not, I think we'll just have to make one. And we're going to need another infuser anyway, because the other thing we need to make is the energized alloy, and that's made with iron and redstone. Let's see, did I make another one? Yeah, I made 3 of them. Alright, so I could say put this one like right here for now.
That's another infuser?
Yeah, that's the third infuser. That's the one that's going to make... actually, I don't need that. I could just put it directly down from there. Break. Chest like that, and that one needs redstone, so let me go get some redstone from the fuels. Okay, and in this one I'll add redstone and some of the iron. Yeah, okay, so I'll take half of that iron. Okay, so this last chest you could label that one is enriched alloy. Every one of these machines also, though, has an upgrade to what they call a factory. And what a factory does, you can see, for instance, there's a basic a smelting factory, an enriching factory, a crushing factory, compressing factories.
A Twinkie factory?
Yeah. What these do is that they have more than one processing slot. So, for instance, if you look at these, right, you start from the purification chamber, it's got one slot that you put in either oxygen or flint, another one that you put in the iron ore, and one where the iron clumps come out. It can't do more than one kind of ore at a time. So if there was a pipe feeding something in here and some tin were to come in, the tin is just going to have to sit and wait because the iron is not done. So the factories add additional slots, like 3, 5, 7 slots or more, so that you can process multiple types of ore at the same time.
Oh, James May's got nothing on you.
So then what you could do is that you would just dump input from your quarry or from a chest directly to the row of factories, and they process everything, and all the finished ingots come out the end, not just iron or steel, but everything.
Wow.
Alright, let's see if I can make some more upgrades. I think we've got plenty of energy. So should be no problem here. What I'm looking for is the speed upgrade for Mekanism. It is osmium dust, glass, and enriched alloy. So we're gonna need. We were completely out of enriched alloy and pretty low on steel and iron as well. Oh, this isn't coming out. I guess this hasn't set to auto eject. Yeah, auto eject off, on. There we go. Boom. Enriched alloy.
Nice.
Okay, so what did we need
That,
there?
Osmium glass.
Okay, we also need some osmium dust. So we've actually got some osmium ingots. I think, actually, you know what? I think I ground some earlier. It should be in here somewhere. Yeah, this is osmium dust. And glass should be over here in materials. Yep, glass. So I can just make a bunch of these. Okay, so it's osmium dust in the middle, glass on the top and bottom, enriched alloy on the right and the left, and that makes a speed upgrade. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, let's say. So then what you do is you... Okay, the purification chamber, I think... Okay, wait, I gotta turn it... One thing that really was throwing me off about this is that the not enough items interface, which you turn on in your inventory by pressing the O key, interferes with the interface of the GUI of the machines for dropping in the upgrades. So basically what you do is you take one of the upgrades and drop it into this upper right-hand slot that has a little orange star, and it processes, and when it's done it says, okay, now it says S3. So this is now operating at 3 times normal speed. The crusher I'll also add another upgrade to, so it will also be operating at 3 times speed. Enrichment chamber, yep, also was 2. I'm going to make that 3. And the smelter is only at 1, so I'm going to add all 3 of these upgrades here, or maybe 2 of them. Let's see, 2. Okay, so these should be booking now.
Well, this is S. What's the E stand for?
Energy.
S3.
There's energy upgrades that I think it increases the energy capacity of the machine. So that's how long the machine can operate if power is cut off. Basically, it's like a built-in battery.
Wow,
Right,
this is quite the operation.
This is going. It's almost got a full stack of iron there. All right, so this is the beginning of our production setup. We basically had used up. We still got plenty of tin and copper, but we had used up almost all of our iron and steel. We still have some aluminum, a little bit of meteoric iron, which we're going to need for our Mars rockets, and also some osmium. I did get some osmium ore. I took a trip back to the graveyard and collected some more stuff, including some more diamonds and whatnot.
I heard you had quite an adventure.
And a bunch of experience levels for some spawners that I found in a hidden place. Maybe we'll go back to another graveyard and check that out once we're a little bit better equipped. We've got better armor now, but I would say those dungeons are still a tough fight.